Hello everybody, welcome to Pralines, Deliciousness from the World of Art. The protagonist of this episode is Marco Cornini, born in Milan in 1966. Since his elementary school days, he has shown remarkable skills in clay modeling. This vocation leads him to enroll at the Liceo Artistico, then at the Brera Academy of Fine Arts. At the age of 22, he has his first one-man exhibition at the Ada Zunino gallery and gains appreciation from some important critics, especially from Mario De Micheli. Right at his debut, Marco Cornini distinguishes himself for his artistic choices. First of all, he decides to adopt the terracotta medium. In fact, one of his characteristics is the employment of different kinds of terracotta that, once fired, can create terracotta of different colors. Next, taking young women as the subject matter for his work, he shows a bent for the tall, slender ones that dress themselves in revealing outfits and appear in fashion magazines since the 80s. But whereas the coated pages of magazines reflect light, the terracotta absorbs light and tends to confer on his female sculptures an almost archaic aspect. In other words, while advertisement cesses in the contemporary dimension, the terracotta artpiece accompanies us to a timeless one. Terracotta, as a matter of fact, has an ancient history and seems to conserve its proper memory that can be magically retrieved whenever it is used. This is probably what Renata Bossaia had in mind when proclaiming that Cornini's sculptures are symbolically Etruscan of the future. Life comes to a standstill so that all becomes a memory memento. What's more, Cornini sustains that sculptures should get rid of documentary and temporary aspects. The artist, therefore, is not interested in creating lifeless pieces destined to live the fleeting space of publicity. On the contrary, he is interested in elaborating live figures. He eventually assumes the task of adding the dimension of time to his artworks, a dimension that renders them actual, that endows them with an everlasting communicative power. Cornini seems to think of this when he recalls the sarcophagus of the spouses at the National Etruscan Museum in Rome. Nevertheless, his works display notable differences from the great Etruscan sculpture and evoke more or less situations bound to existentialism. In fact, in front of the female characters, their male counterparts manifest a kind of veneration as if in front of something enigmatic. But the look in their eyes conveys a feeling of uncertainty rather than of enchantment. The same look reappears in Danza Privata. In this work, the female body assumes a voluminous dimension compared to the diminished male body. And if, at the dawn of the art history, the prevalent theme of sculptures was Venus, which recalled the current for the great mother, and opulent breasts and buttocks were regarded as symbol of fecundity and of attraction, this theme is totally rejected in Cornini's art making. In the epoch of contraception and of abortion, love is considered not as a promise for mutual happiness, but as a moment of communion that announces the return to loneliness of both lovers. In fact, rarely do we see moments of sharing of a magical event. His characters often cope with thorny situations, for which he sees the solution in Arturo Martini's theaters. Lovers remain emotionally detached by diverse feelings. Cornini's characters are set or in front of dilemmas or in front of authentic personal tragedies. His favorite protagonists are slender, voluptuous, uninhibited women who display their seeming self-esteem through their extravagant pose, yet their eyes express a deep longing for intimate feelings. Moreover, Moreover, he stands out for his extraordinary ability to create sculptures that can resist on frail supports such as high heels or subtle ankles. The work I'm presenting you exemplifies one of Cornini's favorite themes, inspired by a passage from In Search of Lost Time by Proust. The girl is left alone on the sofa, which is considered as a place of protection and of loneliness as well. Her tight dress reveals her seductive form, accentuated by her nail colors and by her full lips dressed in brilliant hues, a brilliancy obtained as always during the fighting. But all this entrancing appearance can't conceal the veils of melancholy and of anguish. Right at the beginning, Cornini has chosen a rather difficult branch of contemporary art, mainly dominated by the experiments of renovation techniques and of newly expressive languages. It's the branch of figurative sculpture. Faithful to his initial choice, he's trying to renew it by highlighting the beauty and the anxiety of contemporary human beings. I stop here. Thank you for listening. Don't miss the next episode of Pralines, Deliciousness from the World of Art.